Ooh, welcome everyone to the Daily Juice Podcast on the Betting Pros Network. I'm your host, Sean Stacking the Money Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at Sean T. Green. And as always, Daily Juice is being brought to you by BetMGM. Use our promo code JUICE. $10 bet turns into $200 if either team scores a touchdown. Good for college and pro. Restrictions apply. Hey, if you're watching over at youtube.com/bettingpros, and you should be, you'll notice I am in a new location, coming to you live from my father-in-law's guest bedroom closet. That's right, locked in a closet. What's more DJ than just cranking out a podcast on Thanksgiving vacation in a closet? Acoustics are actually pretty good here, so hopefully audio comes out okay. And just trapped in the closet, grinding out picks, living that D-Gen life. All right, coming off a 1 and 2 night, not too great, but got some good stuff for us tonight. This is Wednesday night. If you're a younger lad heading back, this is always the night where you go out drinking with you and your townie buddies. That's always a fun night. And loading up. Gonna be. Hey, we'll get to this when we talk Kenneth Walker jersey, but comments on today's video, please fire off your favorite Thanksgiving side. Obviously, everyone likes turkey, ham, all that good stuff. But for me, is it crazy to say rolls are my favorite side? I might go rolls and sound like a real psycho. I love it all, but rolls, I'm a bread guy. I'm a breadhead. All right, let's get to it. 1 and 2 with the picks. Australia and France. Under got destroyed. Ended up finishing 4-1 there. Not much recap there. It was 1-0. I was talking to myself, okay, this is good. They can park the bus. They can play low in the box. And then France just murdered them. Bowling Green also got murdered, 38-14. That was at least, it's not even a sweat, just a complete butt kicking. But the Suns saved the day, making it not a complete sweep. So, Suns won and covered 115-105. Hey, like I was saying, youtube.com/bettingpros. Head over there, hit subscribe, comment on this video, favorite Thanksgiving side, and you're automatically entered to win a Kenneth Walker jersey, courtesy of Pristine Auction. And that thing is looking pretty sharp. All right, here's what we got. 3 picks, 2 NBA, and 1 World Cup. Keeping it with the football. All right, here we go. First up, Portland catching 8.5 at Cleveland. This Cleveland team is off to a good start, but Portland has been like this sneaky dog as of late in the NBA. Portland 8-1 against the spread on the road, 10-2 against the spread as a dog overall. No one's believing in this Portland team, and that's the kind of team you want, especially getting 8.5 points. I know Cleveland is a better team, and I know they're at home, but man, the 8.5 just feels like a lot. And Portland right now has the best road defense in the NBA as far as points allowed. So again, you're giving the team, or the team with the best road defense, you're giving them 8.5 points. That to me seems crazy. Portland, you also look at some of the rebounding stats. Portland is right up there. Nice. Again, if you're playing good defense, you're also probably rebounding, limiting those extra possessions. Look at me talking hoops. Here we go. In Cleveland, again, off to a great start, but 8.5, that feels way too high. So give me the Portland Trailblazers plus 8.5, 4-1 unit at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Almost called them the Browns. Although if the Cavaliers, now I am fading the Cleveland team, but hopefully the Cavaliers, if they know what's good for them, they won't paint a giant Brownie the elf in the middle of the court there. That really was the beginning of the end for the Browns. Not that the Browns were going to be much this season anyway. Next up in the NBA, Mavs at Celtics. Give me the Celtics, keeping it chalky here. Celtics laying 4 over on DraftKings. I mean, Mavs have been pretty overrated, especially on the spread. 4-11-1 ATS. And they've been bad on the road as well. 2-6 ATS, last 8 on the road. Boston, again, this to me just seems, and again, this is sometimes where it gets scary. It's like, this is too obvious. Boston is leading the league in scoring. And, the Celtics defense isn't great, 23rd in the league, but the Mavs offense isn't that great, 23rd in the league as well. And last but not least, when you're looking at covering a number like 4, free throws are going to matter more often than not. Boston hits their free throws, second in the league. Mavs 26. 26 in the league, and they're only getting 4 points in free throw percentage. No, thank you, Dallas Mavericks. Plus, come on. I'm rocking the Eagles hat. Any chance we get to fade Dallas, which stay tuned for Thanksgiving. It's not going to be pretty for Cowboys fans. Shout out to the Cowboys fans. I know at times I get a little homery with my Eagles and Philly representation, but yeah, you get it, right? I mean, if you were a Cowboys fan and you were hosting a gambling podcast, I was listening as an Eagles fan, you weren't repping your Cowboys, I'd be like, this guy's a phony. This classic phony Cowboys fan. So you would have to rep them, and you would take, this guy's a homer. I'd much rather be a homer than a phony. All right. Speaking of not being a phony, here is my World Cup pick of the day. Belgium versus Canada. Give me the Canucks plus 1.5, minus 170. Normally not a guy, this is on DraftKings, normally not a guy to give out a minus 170 straight bet, but I'm desperate. I'm desperate for hitting a goal here in the World Cup. I don't want to be 0-0-0 with my World Cup pick, so I need a winner here. Minus 170, I'm going to do it. Canada, all-time. Shout out to Canada, great country. We have a bunch of Canadian listeners, and great country. So I'm always down to support Canada. And you're looking at the injury situation, big injury for Belgium. Lukaku is missing. Canada, meanwhile, they're getting Alphonso Davies back. That guy is that's a big pickup for the Canadian team. And Canada. Like, this is huge for Canada. This could be one of the bigger games in Canadian soccer history. So they're going to go all out. Both teams are pretty attacking style, but I think if Canada gets one, I think they really only need one, maybe two, and they're going to be all right because you're catching 1.5. And they need to keep this close, Canada, if they want to have any chance of advancing. Belgium obviously is the favorite. I don't like them enough to take them just on the money line. And again, I'm looking to rock Canada, great country, our great friends of the North. Again, Belgium should get the win, but it should be close. And I'm just looking to get off the schneid here. No more 0-0. And shout out to my England buddy who reached out and reminded me that in soccer there are no ties, there are draws, and that a tie is what a NFL player wears to court. That was his little shot at our football Americano. But I get it. Soccer is their thing, so I have to defer to the experts there. So recapping the picks, give me Canada plus 1.5, minus 170 on the DK. I think these are all DK. Celtics minus 4 over on DK, and last but not least, give me the Portland Trailblazers plus 8.5 at DK as well against the Cavs there. And I wouldn't mind a sprinkle on the money line for the Trailblazers there at that price. I think that's pretty good. Kicking myself for not taking the Sixers on the money line last night because they a lot of times in sports gambling and in the NBA especially, like the funniest outcome ends up being the outcome. So the fact that Ben Simmons comes back to town, Harden, Maxey, and Joel Embiid are all out, and the Sixers are 7-point dogs, and they win outright. I love Ben Simmons shushing the crowd and then losing outright as a 7-point favorite. Oh man, sometimes sports is just so amazing. So like I said, Portland plus 8.5, Celtics minus 4, and last but not least, Canada plus 1.5, and that is a 11 a.m. West Coast kick for the World Cup. So if you want to get in on that, listen in late, make sure you hit it up if you want to tail. And we got a ton of NFL coming up. Obviously, I'm going to hit it hard. And for your YouTube comments, please drop in your favorite NFL side, not NFL side, Thanksgiving side. Also, actually, yeah, let's do that. Your favorite NFL side paired with your favorite Thanksgiving side. As always, BetMGM.com, promo code JUICE. Bet $10, get $200 if either team scores a touchdown. Good for college and pro. Follow us on TikTok at Betting Pros. Follow me on Twitter at Sean T. Green. Check out my other podcast, the Sports Gambling Podcast, doing a fun Thanksgiving giveaway over there. Hey, you guys know what to do. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, don't forget to let it ride.